Hi, do you ever have trouble with getting your balance right in these asymmetrical arrangements? A lot of people ask for this, and the balance can be hard. And if you want to learn, let me explain a few things where a lot of people go wrong when it comes to balance. So let's get to it. So I have some beautiful delphiniums, some of the anemones, love those, and some blue and white hydrangea, and a couple of little things. So that's my plan of how we're going to do this. I have a compote, and I used Oasis for this. It's quick for me to show you how it's done. You could totally do chicken wire with the balance, uh, as long as you have enough stems in here to hold it. And again, pay that extra dollar for that biodegradable Oasis. Always, it's worth it. We have to do that, all of us. If we want to use Oasis or want to use floral foam, I should say, we have to use a really good product. So I think we'll have these here come to one side. I'll put this in as my base for now. If I need to add on to it, I can do that later. And then to balance out my blue, I have two white hydrangea and I have two blue. So my thought was to balance it is to get the blue on this side and then do the white on this side. Because that will, compared to if I put the blue there and did the white here, all the blue will be on the other side. So let's try that. Make sure when you do these inserts that you don't cut it up here and put it in. That stem should go down to the bottom, right? Like really important. So I want this here to come over the edge a little bit. Got a little too much here. And then the white we'll put on the other side. When we do party work, we can absolutely cut some of these here off, the little ones, as long as they have long arms, and use them. I don't like to do that if I send it to somebody's house because they don't last that long when we do that. Go. Yeah. Now we have some sort of good color blocking, the blue here, the blue over there. Then we have the white flowers, would be nice to have coming up here. But I also brought some of these snowballs because who doesn't love those, right? And I thought they should come up on the other side, not as high. And that's another thing with the balance. I don't want to make these here the same height, right? Because then it looks too squarish. So have these here a little lower, or we could also do them higher if my camera angle was a little bit better, which looks beautiful to have them super high if they were longer. But in this case here, we'll make them a little bit shorter than the delphiniums. And remember, the balance is always a little bit of a visual thing. Let's say this was a really big, chunky commercial mom. I couldn't have it this high, right? Because then it looks bigger up here compared to these little stems don't look as big. So it's always sort of that visual balance, not always in the product, what it is that we use. Right. So that now looks balanced. From me looking at it here from the side, at least, it looks balanced. And now I have these flowers. So the blue comes down here, the green is up here. And now I'm going to do it sort of really very much after the book to really explain how this balance works. Because now I almost would like some of that green to come through on the other side. So if I have this here coming here, that green goes down that way. See, it's that thing that if you watch some of my videos, you know that when like working in these lines here, where it looks like it's very random, but it's absolutely lined. There is lines going through it, and that's what makes your designs more interesting, and also yeah, it just makes them different. Instead of putting everything together all over the place, like I know there's a lot of that garden feel going around where it's just all mixed in and it's all over the place. And it's not like that has its place, but I just like to show that we can do a little bit more than that sometimes. And that this is sort of what I work. You can my wedding video is almost out, and that's what I work a lot of it with, where you learn these lines so that you feel in control of how things look like at the end. Okay, let me just see. So that looks like a line. The blue goes this way. Now we have the white. There's nothing white, nothing else that's white in here. So we'll put these beautiful things. And like, look at this one here. It actually has two flowers on one stem. It's so stunning. What is so fascinating with these here are that they have their own mind. These here you can actually, let's say that they will actually change direction if you leave them overnight. This one here, for example, that's very straight up and down. If I put that in like this tomorrow, it would literally go like this, just like a tulip. Some certain flowers do that, and other ones don't. So you get to know that after a while. So if you do them the day before, really think about that. They will change direction. I do like these here down here too. So maybe, yeah, I think I'm gonna have these here right around here. So pretty. We'll do one more big one here. It's a little bit of a focal point. There we go. And then I have a couple of tulips here. So maybe we'll have them come this way. But they could even come up here. You know what? Let's have those on the white on the other side here. It's always tricky to get this here so you see this here exactly the way it is when you look at it uh, on a uh, on a TV or on the phone, because all flowers are so 3D, right? Like you want to see it all the way around. But I'll take the camera up so you can see it from different angles afterwards. So now they kind of go together. The tulips and the white flowers go nicely together. I do find that I need a little bit right here where the blue is. See, when you look at it like this, a little bit different. Even though it would be okay, the balance is okay. It's just nice to have a little bit. Let's see. Let's even see if we can pull one out a little further. Looks fun. The scabiosas, I have 3 here. They're so beautiful too because they are, again, they have their own mind. So maybe I will try. Now I break the white a little bit. Yeah, I will put these here in, I think, right in the middle here. Take these here away from them so they don't go in with that line. A couple of these snowballs that I pulled off. I think I want to put them in here. So I'm happy with how the balance look in this here now. I have a couple of curly willow that we could sort of put in on this side here too. Again, I just want to show you ideas. Because sometimes you don't always have a flower that you feel there's maybe high enough on this side, then you could use a branch. So now I go a little higher than this here, but that's okay because visually this is not as strong as this here is. Again, it's don't just look at the height, look at the visual weight of the flowers. Do one more, maybe a little one here. And also think about when you do these things, what is it going up against? Because here I have white behind me. So you see this branch so much. If this was a brown wall, we wouldn't see these here at all. So it's really good to know where everything goes so that you know when the photographer takes picture, let's say this is a church piece, and these are in the pictures a lot from the altar or something, you need to know what will stand out on those pictures. If it's a very, very dark background, talk to the bride about this. She might say, "Oh, I want all plum colors." Well, you won't see the flowers, right? You could at least see the silhouette if it's a white wall, if the background is white, or maybe you have to put something up so that you have the right color background. There's a lot of things we can do, but those are things that we just have to think about to know where our pieces are going. If one like this here is going in a really dark bar or something at a restaurant, again, you wouldn't see these, but you would see the flowers quite good. Blue is one of the colors that our eyes don't see so well. It has to do with the pigmentation in the color. So blue disappears a little bit. It's one of those things. Now that you know that, try to look at signs, and when you see any letters or something that's done with blue, it's very hard to read. So blue is hard to pick up on a camera unless you have lighting like I have right here. Good to think about that, or good to tell brides or whenever you do things to know these things. White is always good. It's not the most exciting color, but it's good for those things. Have a little spot here that I just want to pull these in. I'm going to take the camera around so you can see. So I really hope this helps on understanding the balance in arrangements. Again, there's endless ways we can do these arrangements, but this is what I work a lot on in the wedding course that I have done, is for you to learn how to do these lines so that your arrangements become a little more structured if you're interested in that. I do a lot of weddings where it is very gardeny, but somehow it's still structured a little bit. There is a little bit of a reason for the placement. I don't just put the flowers everywhere. And to me, it looks more creative. And there's nothing that's right or wrong. We should all design the way we want to. But if you're interested in this little more structured look, a little more designed look, then and also that you want to feel in control when you design and get that confidence in knowing that it always turns out right at the end, then I can help you with that. So check out the course and keep coming back for more.